Shalom, call Halayimla Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well, push this truth. Double honors to these brothers and sisters, the hopeful like pushing this truth and tuning into this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. That was just gonna be a quick hit on the Israelites, man. How we can identify who are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Because these prophecies, all right, these curses, these blessings, all right, these cues, all right, and these scriptures only line up with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, for them being making up the 12 tribes of Israel, and of course the speckled bird, the men, women, and children whose seed line goes back to those three identifications of people, all right, because they're so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Americans, all right, but they make up the 12 tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, so on and so forth. Now I'm just gonna hit a few scriptures, all right, not few, the word that's after a few, the next level from a few, all right, to make the point clear that we are indeed the Israelites, all right. I'm gonna hit up Jeremiah 50, all right, and 33. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel, all right, so the northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, were oppressed together, all right. So the 12 tribes of Israel were oppressed together, all right, in Babylon the Great, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So this is not talking about Nebuchadnezzar, that Babylon, because the northern kingdom was under the Assyrian captivity and on their way to North America when the southern kingdom was under Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, that Babylon, all right? So this is talking about another Babylon, which is the United States of America, all right? Who is ran by the Edomites, you so-called white people, all right? And you enslaved the northern and the southern kingdom over here in the Americas, man. And you did the most heinous acts in Babylon the Great. All right? Verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong, all right? Yahweh of hosts is his name, all right? He shall thoroughly plead their cause that he may give them rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon, man. All right? So this is talking about the daughter of Babylon because again, point in case, this northern kingdom was not enslaved by the Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar. All right? They were with the Assyrians. And after that, they they went to North America. All right? The land unknown. Let's get that real quick. The land that was uninhabited. Um, how do you spell? Let's get that. Give me a moment. Type up slipped my mind. See if I can get it. Give me a moment. Let's see. All right, I got it. Second Esdras, chapter 13. All right, I'm gonna start at 37. All right, start at 37. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto me, man. So you heathens are gonna be put in your place, man, because you heathens can't rule, all right? Because you don't have the law, all right? I seen this video. I completely just forgot exactly what it was, but it was some bullshit, man. Oh yeah, the Ganges River in India, man, is fucking disgusting, man. They call it holy, man. It's fucking filth. All right. I'm gonna go to verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive. So, northern kingdom, all right, was under the Assyrians. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. So the northern kingdom left that part of the world, right? But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. So the northern kingdom went to a country where mankind never dwelt. So it's not they didn't go to Europe, they didn't go to Asia, they didn't go to Africa, they didn't go to Australia, they didn't go to New Zealand. They came here to North America. All right? Verse 43. I'm going to start at verse 43. Skip down. And they entered into Euphrates, all right? Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, for the Most High Yahweh then shewed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. All right, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of the year and a half, and the name of the region is called Arasareth, and that's another name for the Americas. All right, so that's what happened to the northern kingdom after their Assyrian captivity. So they were not held captive in under Nebuchadnezzar, all right, with Daniel, so on and so forth. Just further stamping the point that the Israelites, all right, um, were prophesied to be enslaved and oppressed in the daughter of Babylon, which is the United States of America, held and ran by you fucking Edomites, you so-called white people. So-called white people are not Israelites, all right, and they're not white, they're red, all right, and they are the biblical Edomites. And Edom literally means red, all right. Now you see these heathens with these specifically these Edomites and even some of these two-third Jakes saying that the Israelites are so-called white people. Well, you're saying they have leprosy, man, because having your melanin stripped and having pale red skin is leprosy, man. That's all throughout the scriptures, right? And then I seen people say these Edomites like to say that King David the Nazarites and King Solomon are have pale skin, pale red skin, when ruddy means a reddish brown, all right? And the word white right there is not talking about color, all right? When you go into the Hebrew words, it's talking about being bright, all right? That's why you have to go into the etymology and actually know the meaning of words, all right? You can't just take um words for face value when you read them, all right? Case in point, John 3 and 16, all right? I got plenty videos on these topics. Just scroll through my channel, you'll see them, all right? This is Psalms 137. This is proving, all right, that the Edomites are in cahoots and control the daughter of Babylon, all right? Psalms 137 and 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there they carried us away captive, required of us a song. So when these Edomites had Jake in slavery, they made him sing songs to him, man. And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, "Sing us one of the songs of Zion." All right. And how shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land? All right. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to thy roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. So Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh, all right, Yahweh is not going to forget the Israelites, man, because we are his people and he is our power. Yahweh is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Edom, Abraham, Isaac, and Ammon, Abraham, Isaac, and Ham. Nah, man. Verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, all right, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, all right, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. So everything that you Edomites did to Jake, all right, in Babylon the Great and throughout history, all right, you're gonna get it back plus double, man, and then you're gonna be exterminated, and you can't get around it. It's not opinion, it's a fact. That's why these Edomites is hurt. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So you little fucking Edomite babies, man, we're gonna grab you, man, and we're gonna bust you open like a balloon on rocks, on the stones, man. And like I look at, like I seen on Instagram, man, it was this fucking Edomite bitch. I mean, she looked good, man, but her her skin, it looks disgusting how they're so red, you know? Like you literally see their blood through their skin. That's what Edom means, red, because their skin has no melanin, it's translucent, all right? And it's like, man, like if you like cut a Edomite, all right, you're gonna see the blood come out through their skin. Like if I cut myself, right? If I get a cut, right? I have brown flesh. So you don't see the blood moving out of my skin. You just see the blood coming out of my skin through the cut. But an Edomite, you're gonna see the blood moving through their skin and coming out because you see their blood, man. So when they're little babies, man, all right, and you pop them, it's gonna look very odd looking because their skin is translucent. All right, hope you understand what I'm saying. But this is Psalms 137 connects you Edomites to the daughter of Babylon. All right, which indeed you are the founders. Well, I wouldn't even say the founders because so Jake really founded the Americas when they were the Moors, but the rulers, all right, and the main component of Babylon the Great, all right, is you fucking Edomites, man. And yeah, people don't understand that, but the Israelites, the Moors, the Southern Kingdom did come over here and establish the 13 colonies, all right, contrary to popular belief, all right. Let's get some more verses, all right. I think it's Zechariah 8. Let me see, Zechariah. think it's Zechariah 7. Let me see. I think it's Zechariah 7 and 8. Let me check. Zechariah 2. Zechariah chapter 2. All right. Zechariah chapter 2 and 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. All right. So the Israelites are going to be in the daughter of Babylon. All right. Which is a future prophecy that has not happened yet. All right. Because the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, that great whore that ride upon the beast, right, will be wiped off the planet Earth by a great fire. All right, for the wickedness and evil that is done to the world and mainly to the Israelites. All right, and the northern and southern kingdom have been oppressed and enslaved by the daughter of Babylon, and the whole world knows that Jake was in captivity over here. All right, because we are the Israelites, man. Verse 8. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye, man. All right? So, you Edomites and you heathens that fucked us over, we gonna fuck you over, man. We gonna fuck you over, and we're gonna reign supreme over you forever. And you Edomites, we just gonna get rid of you. All right? And you other heathens, after you had your little punishment, you're gonna be chilling and relaxing the kingdom. All right? Not the kingdom of heaven, but the new rulership over the earth, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven, all right. But the maximum glory will be to the Israelites. You heathens just gonna get the droplets, all right, the crumbs of the kingdom, all right, which is gonna be better than the crumbs that they getting from Esau's kingdom of wickedness, man. Let's get that verse. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, man. Let's get that. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, all right, the people rejoice. So Jacob when Israel has a kingdom forever, you heathens are gonna be rejoicing after your slavery, all right? But you Edomites, man, you got the kingdom right now, and people look at the state of the world, man. Look at the state of the world. It's pure wickedness. People hurt, man. It's collapsing. It's collapsing, man. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning that followeth, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Keep it marching. Lamentations chapter 4 and 20. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of Yahweh, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. All right? Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So you Edomites that dwell in the lands of Uz. All right? So living comfortably, living deliciously, man. And that's how you fucking Edomites are, man. Because you got the kingdom. And it's slowly but surely slipping from your fingers. It is just speeding up. That's why you're trying to come with that MOTB and everything else. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So that cup, all right, slavery, um, embarrassment brought low, is coming for you Edomites, man. And it's already here. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse until that great slaughter come, Isaiah 63, man. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So you Edomites are gonna get judged, man. Are gonna get judged. Matthew 19:30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And you Edomites are first, and Jacob is last, man. Let's get that. Let's get that. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail, man. All right, and that's one of the curses um that was brought up upon the Israelites for breaking the commandments, man. Deuteronomy chapter 28 outlines everything that's happened and is happening to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, not so-called white people, small hatters. All right, they don't fit none of the curses in the scriptures. All right, because they're frauds. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, man, and pick this apart. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So the Israelites, they broke the commandments. All these curses listed from verse 16 to 68, I think, where it ends off, will come upon them. And let's just get hit the hammer on the head and prove that the Israelites are indeed under those curses. All right. Daniel 9 and 11. All right. Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11. Yeah, all of Israel have transgressed thy law. All right. Just stop right there. Straight to the point. All right. So all these curses I'm finna read are on the Israelites to this very day. All right. They didn't go away. They're only going to go away when the second covenant is established. All right. Actually, Salaki, they're going to go away during Jacob's trouble. Let's get that. Jeremiah 30 and 8, 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, thou wilt break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So all these curses will be lifted during Jacob's trouble, all right? But that ultimate breath of fresh air will be that second covenant, all right? Let's keep. No, it's just verse 16, Jeremiah, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. All right, I'm going to skim through this and pick it apart. I'm not going to go verse by verse by verse. All right. Cursed shall thou be in the city, shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Jake is cursed, all right, in the city and the field, man. Can't get a job, all right, so on and so forth. First, last hired, first fired. Verse 19, cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, all right, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So inside the house, you're going to be going through bullshit with your woman, your children, all right, the rest of your family. Curses when thou goest out. Yeah, people talking shit. 12, 12 gun you down, man, getting harassed, all right, getting stomped on, man, all right. Verse 21, Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he hath consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it, man. And that's why Jake is so messed up. Verse 22, Yahweh shall smite thee with consumption, and with a fever, and with inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And that's what's happened to Jake, man. Still happening to this very day. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Especially so-called blacks. Why? Because they're the head tribe of Israel, man. They're the cream of the crop, so to speak. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather grapes thereof. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's Jake written all over it, man. Especially during slavery. Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people. All right? Slavery. And thine eyes shall look and fall with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So when these Edomites, so-called white people, had Jake in slavery over here, they was getting slaughtered, man. They got completely, we got completely destroyed. All right, because that was the will Yahweh Shem Shai for that to happen, man. Verse 33, the fruit of thy land, all right, and thy laborers shall thy nation which thou knowest not eat up. Small hatters, these Edomites, all right, took our land, took our heritage, all right, and oppressed us and then destroyed us, man. Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Yahweh shall lead thee. So that's all nations on the planet Earth. So called nigger, all right, spigot, all right, small beaner, whatever else. These bywords that that Esau spread across the four corners for Jake, like in during the Vietnam War, all right. The Vietnamese, them fucking heathens. Esau was telling them how to say nigger, all that stuff, saying Jake, Jake grew tails and all this madness, man. During that Vietnam War, obviously other points, but that's just the one that first came to my head. All right, verse 41, same thing. All right, that I read up earlier. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And that's right, man. This transatlantic slave trade, man, and everything that's a part of that. And you had Gad and Reuben being sent to Europe, man, and the islands, the Caribbeans, and all that during this transatlantic slave trade. Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, all right, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So this is a sign upon who are the Israelites, and the only people that fit these curses in the scriptures are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, all the curses. All right. Now you have some people that get jacked up, just getting jacked up. All right. But every last curse in these scriptures only fits the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And obviously, you had the speckled birds going through this too. Just because they look like these heathens, don't mean they're not going through these curses. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48. All right. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, all right, which Yahweh shall send against thee. All right. So we're going to serve our enemies that Yahweh sent against us. What so called people in the world got enslaved by their enemies, serve their enemies, and still under their enemies to this very day, man. In hunger and in thirst, so your food, your water, and nakedness, your clothes, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. What is this talk? It should be pretty obvious who these people are, man. All right? Until he have destroyed thee, man. 49. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, all right? From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, all right? You Edomites love that eagle. What's the symbol of pretty much all these the most powerful Edomite nations, man? The eagle. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And that's right, man. Esau had little Jake babies, not Jake babies, but little Jake toddlers and so on and so forth, picking cotton and all this other madness, man, raping them, all types of shit. All right. Verse 56: the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, all right, her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom. Yeah, child support. You know what I'm saying? Calling 12 on Jake, all right? And toward her son and toward her daughter, abortions, all right? All that's just one example, man. All right? Using the kids as leverage, all right, against the father, man. That's Jake. Verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again, all right? And Egypt just means bondage, all right? They didn't go back to the Hamites, all right? All right? Um through ships. They just talk about Babylon the Great, which is also called, all right, Egypt. Okay? And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that just goes into redeeming, all right? And this is the transatlantic slave trade, man, which is spoken about all throughout the scriptures, all right? Let's just get some more points on that. Go to Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel chapter 35. In verse 3. All right? And say unto it, thus say Yahweh of hosts, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. All right? So it's talking about these Edomites, man. And this is going into this more points that the Edomites having have enslaved the Israelites, man. All right? So-called white man, all right? And they're red. All right? They're red. Nobody on the planet Earth is white. Nobody on the planet Earth is black, man. Verse 10, because thou hast said, these two nations, the northern southern kingdom, all right, and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahweh was there, man. So the Edomites are boasting in having the Israelites' heritage, all right, the land, all right, so to speak, because they're not going to get the immortality, man. They're going to get a foot up their ass, all right. Verse 15, and thou didst rejoice in the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So I will do unto thee, thou shalt be desolate on Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. And that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. Edomites are gonna get completely and utterly annihilated, man. Right? And we're gonna do it. We are going to do it to you, man. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. All right? Just like there was nothing we could have done to stop what happened to us. Same thing for you, man. Give me a moment. Go to Jeremiah 17. All right? Jeremiah chapter 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. So the Edomites, the Israelites we're going to forget that they're Israelites, and Edomites are going to act like they're the Israelites. I'm reading it right now. That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. All right, Babylon the Great, United States of America, and the Americas as a whole. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right. That's exactly what's happening and has happened. And you Edomites, all right, are the culprit, all right? The cat's out of the bag, all right? You the Israelites have been identified, the Edomites have been identified, and the most of you heathens have been identified, but you're side characters. You're the background characters. The antagonists are the Edomites, and the protagonists are the Israelites, all right? Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them, man. So when these heathens, all right, and Esau and the heathens, all right, when they was getting destroyed by them, you Edomites came on in because you was the main culprit of it, all right. And that's why when we slaughter you, it's it's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Well deserved, and it's not gonna be no excuses to it. Man. Your tab has overflown, man. There is no excuses to you Edomites' wickedness. Jeremiah chapter 16. I'm gonna start at verse 10. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt shew these people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our power? We all went off, man. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. Verse 11. Thou shalt say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, which we are our fathers, via reincarnation, saith Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk every way after the image of his evil heart, that ye may not hearken unto me. Therefore, while I cast you out of the land, and into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there shall you serve other gods day and night, where I will shew you, and I will not shew you favor. All right. Verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, like Moses parting the Red Sea, that big moment, right? That's not going to be said no more because it's going to be a bigger moment. Verse 15. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from out of the land of the North America, Babylon the Great, and from all the lands where they had driven them, because the Israelites were scattered to all nations, all right? But the big main deliverance will be from the United States of America. And I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. So the Israelites will finally go to the land via the deliverance of Yahweh Bashem Shai from all the world, all right, at one moment, and from Babylon the Great, all right? Not no fucking World War One, What was it? The Balfour Declaration, man? Nah, man. That's bullshit. They're frauds, man. And I'm proving it through these scriptures, man. And nobody can't say shit about it. All right? You can scoff, all right? You can go ahead and scoff. But guess what, man? That's just rallying up your tab, man. That's just making your tab get bigger for your judgment, man. Or your low rank in the kingdom, all right? For you 2/3. Because it's always going to be a rank, man. It's always going to be a rank, no matter what. Forever. Forever, man. There's going to be a rank to this forever. Go to the book of Baruch, man. Let's go to the book of Baruch. Baruch chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from our power, man. Verse 10. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead? All right? That's what's happened to Israel to this very day, man. But guess what? The elect, the 1/3, are coming to this fold, to this truth, and we're remembering that we're Israelites. All right? And great fear is falling upon our enemies, man. Let's get that. Especially you fucking Edomites, man. You Edomites are terrified, man, because you know all that wickedness you did to Jake was wrong, man. Let's get it. You know that wickedness, you don't want to pay that wickedness back, man, but that cup is gonna come through you, man. You're gonna drink of that cup, of that indignation, man. You gonna have it the worst. You Edomites are gonna have it worse than anybody has ever seen on this earth, man. Give me a moment. Wisdom, wisdom, Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. From the top. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And that's you fucking Edomites, man. We built all this shit you see, man. We built up Babylon the Great, man. And we ain't getting no reparations, man. None of that shit. We just got oppressed more and more and more. And all that is going to be paid back, man. All right? You're not, just because it hasn't been paid back immediately doesn't mean it's not going to be paid back, man. We're going to get our just dues, and you're going to get your just dues, Esau. And you heathens, man. And you 2/3, man. You 2/3 just as bad as fucking Esau, man. Baruch chapter 2, Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. That's what's happening right now, man. We in our land of our captivity and remember the name of Yahweh by Shem Shah, man. I'm in that off with Second Thessalonians, man. That's a perfect scripture to end this off on, man. I mean, completely perfect. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which is an Israelite who came for the Israelites, not you Edomites, not you heathens, all right? Those Gentiles that were grafted back in, adopted back in, were the Israelites who put on the ways of these heathens, man. And by our gathering together unto him, all right, which will be when we get beamed up in them chariots, Lord Adawan Ratazah, I'm part of that number, man. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of Hamashiach is at hand, man. And that's going to be the grand finale of Jacob's trouble. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So the Israelites will have to forget that they're Israelites before that day comes, man. Them small hatters, they act, they not act, they say they always knew they were Israelites, man. That's just more obviously adding on to the unlimited amount of information that proves that we're the Israelites and they're indeed frauds and are Edomites, man. And that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So you Edomites, all right. The Edomites have to be revealed, pursuing the Malachi, the first chapter, I believe, around chapter verse 3 or 4, that says the Edomites are the wicked, all right, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all thing that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. And that's what you Edomites are doing right now, man. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you all these things, man. And now you know that know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. So you Edomites are going to be revealed in this time, and you're being revealed right now. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, iniquity is sin upon sin. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So you Edomites got to be put down. You're not going to give up. You're not going to put your hands up and get on your knees, man. You're going to have to be beaten into submission. Lucky. And then shall that wicked be revealed, Job 9:24, Malachi chapter 1, 3 and 4. All right, you Edomites are the wicked, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. I'm doing that right now, these scriptures. It shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the work of Satan, man, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's what you Edomites are doing, man. Your father is Satan, man. That's your God, man. I think some small hat that said that their God is Satan, man. And he was right on the money, man. You're the wicked, man. You Edomites are the wicked. Look at your track record, man. Look at your history, man. All right, pure wickedness. And that off right there. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Shalom.